Here we go again. Thanks for joining me. Start my timer. On my podcast, Fifth Recovery, where I discuss my 5 recoveries. Well, actually, just the recovery I'm going through now. But my recoveries are as listed as eating disorder, smoking, drinking, crystal meth, and then crystal meth again. This is my second time quitting crystal meth. Today, this week in trauma therapy, we just went over the same trauma that I went over last week, which is what I just call my 6th grade assault. If you want to hear more about it, I think I've talked about it already. I don't need to go on about it again. It's enough trauma to talk about. But let me go ahead and start with my the 5 things I was thankful for on the next day in my thankful journal. Next day in my thankful journal is December 16th, 2001. I am thankful for music, love, close friends, nice shoes, and modern medicine. God knows, I thank God, if it weren't for modern medicine, I'd be dead a few times now. Specifically, I always say, if I die and you want to donate money in my name, the New Orleans, the No AIDS Fund, and the Crescent Care, both of them are vital in keeping me alive at this point in my life. So if you ever want to support something in my name, that would be it. So this week in trauma therapy, we did the thing again, and you hold these little things, and they buzz in repetition in a sequence. And the idea, from what I understand, is it's supposed to, as I'm talking about the memory, these things go off. So it's supposed to act like a putting my brain in REM sleep, in REM mode, where it's just like neat. I don't know. I can't say I understand it, but and then after I talk about it, she's like, let's talk about it again, and then I'll describe whatever new details I can think of, and then she'll be like, now on a scale of 1 to 10, how because when I started, I was like, that's the most traumatizing memory from my childhood, and what's it rated? And I was like, it's a 10. It's like the most traumatic memory I could come up with. And, so we did it, and she's like, is it less? And, of course you want to say yes, but I sit and wonder, like, am I just saying yes to appease my therapist? They're like, yes, of course, blah, 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 blah. Of course I'm feeling better. Of course it's less traumatic. I don't even know. I'm not sure. But I'm going with the process. I'm trusting the process. Whether it gets me through trauma or not, I don't know. But at least I'm staying sober. I'm still smoking weed. Throw that out there. Haven't quit weed and have no immediate plans to quit marijuana. I mean, God, I need something, don't I? Other than food. Whew. This week has been very, very stressful for me. And a lot of it is just around money. And I've had a handful of people say something in the same lines of, I don't understand, Jay, I don't understand why you struggle so much with, like, finances. Why are you, why am I always broken? I don't know the answer to that. I mean, well, I have answers. I don't know that I like the answers. One main reason that I don't make more money than I do is that I don't want to manage anybody. I don't make a good manager, I don't think, because I don't like to ask other people to do things. I'm the type of person who, if I was your boss and I asked you to do something and it didn't get done, I'd be like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to just do it myself, fuck it. And that doesn't make for a great manager. And I generally have intentionally stayed away from management roles because I don't want to be anybody's boss. I don't like the thought of it, and that's kind of required to make money. And so that's what all the people are like, why don't you make more money? Because and I myself I feel like at this point in my life I thought I would be more financially stable. I thought it'd be more more famous, although, what's fame? Who cares? As a dear friend of mine once said to me, I promise you, anybody who's ever met you remembers you. And that's famous enough. And I was like, okay, I guess I can live with that. It's not a lie. People who meet me remember me, whether I remember them or not. Anyway, so this week, drink some tea. This week, there were two things that happened that kind of both need money attention that I don't have right now. The first one is Sugarfoot is getting skinny, and I'd really like to take him to the vet. I took the cats to the vet like 2 or 3 months ago, and I went to get them their shots. And when I took them in, Fuzz had a sneeze. Fuzz, when we found Fuzz in the gutter 11 years ago now, she was a sick little girl. And she's a sick little cat, and she had respiratory infection that had gotten into her eyes. Her whole face was covered in like gunk, and it was just like dripping out of her eyes and her nose. So when we found her, we took her to the vet first thing the next morning, and they said she had a respiratory infection. And the first 2 years of Fuzz's life, she would sneeze on you. And I always have told the story about how you'd be sitting there going, oh, my little kitten. And she'd go, and then it's like, ah, you go from, oh, to, ah. And it's interesting because Fuzz is, she's older now. She's going to be 11 this year. Anyway, she's getting older, and she started sneezing again, and she kind of does it a lot. And so when I took her to the vet did not give her her immunization shot because she said she's got this, she's got mucus in her nose, she's sick, and they don't want to test, they don't want to, push her immune system, and they felt like giving her her vaccines might fuck with her if she's already sick. And then they looked at Sugarfoot, who I hadn't had any problem with Sugarfoot being sick, but they said that his nose also looked like he had a little snotty nose. And so instead of giving them their vaccines, they gave them a shot, which I still am not sure what it was. I assume it's some sort of steroid or booster or something. And charged me $300. So now both my cats still need their immunizations. The whatever they gave them did nothing. They're both still, but now Sugarfoot is sneezing and Fuzz is sneezing a lot more, and it just has me stressed out. I'd love to take them to another vet, get a second opinion, but can't afford it. And then I work every semester. I get kind of reassigned to a different school. This semester I started off as a substitute, but then I got assigned to a school on the West Bank. If you live in New Orleans, the West Bank may as well be another fucking country. I mean, it's such a pain to get from where I live in the 9th Ward to the West Bank, because you have to drive over the Mississippi River Bridge, which is just merging. It's like all this aggressive merging hell. People just like have to merge. And nobody wants to let you in, and nobody's, it's just stressful. Just driving it. And last week my brakes started squeaking, and I was like, oh Lord, I need to get the brakes fixed. And I don't get paid till the end of the month, last day of the month. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just, I'll make it through with squeaky brakes. And then the other day on my way to work, the brakes fucking all but died. I mean, you have to go all the way, you have to pump them and go all the way to the floor to get them to stop. And it was very scary. There was a moment I thought I was about to either have a wreck or drive off the side of the bridge or something. I didn't know. It was very frightening. And but I made it to work. And I drove home. I fucking drove home because I was like, It's either drive home or call AAA, and it's also, let's add that in, because it just happened to happen on the last day my AAA is active. So now I have to up my AAA too, so add $150 to that. And then, yeah, and I called around to mechanics, and most of them said that it would be between 300, between 2 and 300 per axle to change the rotors and the brake pads. Well, I took it to Goodyear today. I'd made an appointment, took it to Goodyear today, scrambled up enough money for that much. And just that, I was like, I got $800. If it's more than $800, fuck it. And I get to Goodwill, and they're like, Goodyear, Goodyear, and they said they can't even do it. That I probably need a master cylinder. I need to replace my master cylinder. So, all I've gotten from anybody as far as how much it's going to cost, first of all, trying to find somebody who can and will do it. One. Trying to find somebody who can get the parts. That remains, how long is that going to fucking take? I don't know. Anyway, and yeah. So I've got a place that can and will do it, but all they can say is it'll probably be more than $1,000. That's all they'll say. More than $1,000. So I've started GoFundMe, which I'm going to put in my little link down there if I can, if I can technically figure out how to get that done. I struggle with the technology of getting everything lit, recorded, and uploaded is a lot for me to even get it done. I know it sounds simple. It seems like something I should know, but it's a lot for me. So I'm gonna if you feel compelled to support a struggling sober person who's like really going through it financially right now, donate to my little GoFundMe. One of the 4 or 5 people that watch my video regularly. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, because I was hoping to have a little more progress in trauma therapy, go on to another trauma event, but we're still working on that one, and working on that one and trying to, at the same time, figure out what it is I want to be spending my time towards. I have a strong feeling I would like to work on a book. And I've got actually 2 books I'm working on in my Google Drive. I have the complete biography of James Frederick Thompson Jr., which is my biography from birth until I had my name changed at 19. And I'm working on How to Discover Your Inner Clown, The History of Glitter the Clown. I think I stand a better chance of actually finishing the clown book, How to Discover Your Inner Clown, The History of Glitter Clown, and because it's not as traumatizing. It's actually kind of fun to review those stories and write those stories, whereas the history of James Frederick Thompson Jr. is nothing but trauma. And actually, that manuscript, that's kind of that outline of the book, that's there's a lot done on that book, actually, is actually the source from my original stand-up routine. Came from the notes on that book. So, yeah, money is my stress. I'm staying sober, but I'm crying a lot. And that's about it. I don't know. I've got a minute to go. I don't know what I'm getting out of this. I don't know if I'm getting anything out of it anymore, but I feel I need to do it. I need to be doing something, and I don't know, I can't just do this with my friend, call my friends and cry all the time. Look at me, I'm trying to cry now. Like, I don't need, and there's not even a memory right now. There's not even a current memory. It's just I thought I'd be better off by now. That's all I can say. I thought I'd be better off financially, emotionally. I just thought I'd be a little more stable at this point, and I seem to feel less and less stable as it goes along. I'm just like less secure, and that's the one thing I really want, is like safety, security, comfort. I'm a comfort junkie is what I call myself. And I really just would like some safety, security, and comfort. My alarm's about to go off. So I'm going to log off with my little sign-off thing, which is, here, pause that. Change is good. Transition is hard. When life seems at its most challenging is exactly when you should stop and say thank you.